Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bay Path's weekly football show with Coach Giampa. I'm Dean Packard, the proud principal at Bay Path, and each week we've had an opportunity to dig into Bay Path football a little bit and just get a little bit of feedback from the coach about how things are going and all that kind of good stuff. We are coming to the last game of the year, so we have a lot to talk about here today. Coach, how are you? How was your day today in school?
It was good. School's going well. Thanksgiving was good, so we're doing well.
That's awesome. I knew you were going to be loaded up with that one right there. Hey, listen, what a great season you guys have had. You've got great momentum. You guys first class with everything that you do. You have the one blemish on your record, but it doesn't define who you are. It's just an incredible football team that you put together this year, you and your coaching staff. And tomorrow's a big day. But before we talk about tomorrow's game, let's talk a little bit about Turkey Day. That was a great rainy football opportunity up at the Hill. Why don't you give us your thoughts on the game against Oxford?
Yeah, I was proud of the way our kids came out and competed. Oxford's they're an explosive team. They had a really good quarterback who gave us some problems on that opening drive. And then, once we kind of settled down, we were able to kind of execute our stuff. And, Oxford, again, they have a really good coaching staff. They've got really good players. So, I was proud of the way our kids executed what we asked them to do. They were able to make some plays, and the weather wasn't great, but it was. I think it was a good moment for our community. It's always fun to play on Thanksgiving. I grew up in Central Mass, and Thanksgiving football is such a big part of the high school experience, especially playing football. It's a special thing that you get to do. So. It's always fun to play on Thanksgiving, and when you can walk away with a win against a good team, that always makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, Coach Clarkson does a great job over there. There's no doubt. And I think over the history, it's always been a great battle between, the two clubs. And again, it's whenever you play somebody as a rival town or a town that supports our school, it always makes it a little more fun just to be part of that process. And
yeah, it's a cool opportunity. I mean, a lot of the kids have played, like, they know each other. They grew up playing together. Oxford youth football does a tremendous job, coaching their kids up. We've gotten a lot of really quality players out of that, that AYF program. So, the kids play hard. They play football the right way. And so, in games like that, it's cool because the kids know each other, they're jawing back and forth, but in a way that's not, in a way that's positive, and the kids are having fun playing. So yeah, it's always good. It's always fun to play sending schools, because there is that personality part of it that happens.
Yeah, that's that rivalry, that connection. You can't put a price tag on that, because that really motivates kids, because they're friends. They know these individuals. So really good. So the score being what it was, it was a 45-6. Whatever it wasn't indicative of obviously the game. I mean, a lot went on there, and a lot of individuals had an opportunity to play, and and I think all in all, people come out of there injury free, because you got another game coming up. But let's just talk about a couple of the highlights of that game before we talk about the big game tomorrow night.
Yeah, I thought, I was really proud of Austin Kravitz and Braden Downs. Their blocking in that game was outstanding. They were flying around. It can be tough sometimes to play their position because you don't always get the ball. They both play running back at an incredibly high level. I was looking at, some stats earlier this week for Rick, and, Braden's averaging 12, 14 yards a carry. Austin's averaging 10 yards a carry. And so it would be really easy for either one of those kids to be selfish and say, hey, coach, enough with giving the ball to Caden, or enough with the throwing the ball, give me the ball. But those two kids never complain. They just execute, and we're just calling what's there. We're not trying to get any kid the ball in any particular way, but they're such a big part of what we do, and the fact that they're as selfless as they are, they block as hard as they block. They don't take plays off. They're always in the right position. I was really proud of the way those two played that game.
Well, and I'll tell you what, also setting the seeds for our future, and you're giving opportunities for growth across the board. And that's the mark of a great coaching staff, because you can't lead, you can't lean into one person to do everything every time down every play that you have. So great to see that that's spreading out around the offense. And your defense, what can you say about them? I mean, the defense have just, they've been airtight.
Yeah, after they settled down a little bit after the, like I said, I mean, Coach Clarkson does a great job. Coach Griff does a great job over at Oxford, and their quarterback Kellen is a one of the better quarterbacks in the area. After we settled down, started flying off the ball a little bit. Yeah, our defense did a really nice job. Hunter Davis had a really good game. He shut down an entire side of the field. Caden on the other side did a nice job. Dylan Kay, who plays nose tackle for us, was outstanding. I mean, he was given the center fits, and he's done a kind of a thankless job all season playing nose tackle for us. But he might be the most important piece of our defense right now with the way that he's playing. I mean, he just he doesn't always make the tackle. He's not, but he is consistently taking up 2, 3. Sometimes 4 blocks on his own, which frees up everybody else to be able to do what they do. So, I was really impressed with Dylan. Sean Hinckley did a great job. Logan Laterno, as always, was just as consistent as you can be. Dakota Ouellette played well. Our whole D-line, I thought, did a really nice job. But specifically, I mean, I've been really impressed with the way that Dylan's been playing.
A shout out to all the trench players, because they don't get their name in the newspaper. They don't get the notoriety. But I'll tell you what, without them doing their job each and every play, guess what happens? You don't get to where you are right now with the success that you guys are having. So that's great stuff right there too. And let's not discount special teams, because I'll tell you, they make big plays for you as well, as you know, I'm sure. Correct?
Yeah, Hunter DeFosse kicking for us has been really good, and his growth throughout the season has been awesome. So. He does a nice job, and then Elias holding Gabe with the snaps. They've come a long way this season together.
Yeah, great stuff right there. Hey, let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about the potentiality of elevating to your 3rd straight state vocational championship, which will be held tomorrow night at Assumption College. Let's talk about Whittier Tech a little bit. We talked a little bit in our pregame before we came on tonight. It's an interesting matchup, to say the least.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, they're 9-3. They've played everybody. They've played really well. They had a tough road through the Vogue playoffs to get here. They're a battle-tested team. They're enormous. They have size up front on both sides of the ball, and then both of their running backs do a tremendous job of carrying the ball. So it's going to be a physical game. They're a double tight, double wing team. Their coaching staff does a tremendous job from what I've seen on film. It's tough because, again, I don't know any of these people personally, or I haven't seen a lot of these guys before this, but their coaching staff obviously does a tremendous job getting those guys ready to play and play at a high level. So it's going to be a really tough game.
So let's talk about key matchups. Obviously, you've done your job scouting, and I think every good coach knows the key players on their side, and you look at our key players. And where do you think the battles are going to be won here?
I mean, our defense has to do what they've done all season against a team that's really, ready to pound the ball. So, our D-line's got to play really well. Our linebackers have to do a tremendous job of reading and flowing to the ball. We can't over pursue. We can't do those kind of things because we'll put ourselves in bad situations. And they're a team that's really comfortable with taking 4 yards of play, 5 yards of play, and just working their way down the field. So we're gonna have to execute at a high level on both sides of the ball. There's no question.
So this is unique because you have an opportunity to play at Assumption University, a school that you have an affiliation with, which is kind of neat. You get an opportunity to get up there to old stomping grounds a bit. But tell me what that feeling's like to be off of your home turf to go play a state championship game, on the road a little bit.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a field just like any other field. So, luckily for us, I'm not playing. I think we have a lot of athletes on the team who are gonna hopefully do much better on that field than I did. So, I'm excited. I mean, it's cool to go back. That's like you said, that's where I graduated. That's where I went to college. It's cool to be up there. But I'm really excited about the opportunity for our team to, a lot of our guys have college aspirations. They want to play in a college, and to be able to provide them with an opportunity to play on a college field, on a campus like Assumption, at a school that Assumption's been a really good football school for the past 10 years or so. The opportunity for those guys to play there, that's going to be, I'm really excited for them. And I think they're excited too.
Well, they should be. It's been a great journey, man. And I love the enthusiasm going on at your house right now. The real head coach is taking place right there with your kids. And I can hear that. And those are the days. Great stuff there. Hey, listen, you got a complete army of Bay Path guys behind you. The community, they've been great all year long. I say one more time, come on out and support our boys, our coaches. Let's get to that next level. And let's get an opportunity to bring home that third state vocational championship again. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I hope that our fans are, tremendously proud of the job that these kids have done. It's just been an incredibly long season. We started back in August 16th, and now we're December 4th. So it's been a long season. These kids have done everything we've asked them to do. They've been in the weight room for 4 years. They've worked their tails off to make these, to make their families proud and to make their community proud. So I hope that the fans come out one more time. I don't know how the weather is going to be, but bundle up. And you have one more opportunity, to support your kids before this is all just a memory and something you're talking about 10 years from now. So hopefully, I honestly hope that our families are proud of their kids. They don't take for granted the tremendous accomplishments our kids have already done, because what they're doing is rare. What they're doing isn't normal. So I hope they're proud. And Walker hopes they're proud too.
I'm sure they are just as proud as your son. Is it your son there?
That's Walker. That's our youngest.
All right. Yeah. He can hear he's proud of daddy too. All right there. That makes me smile. Hey, listen. So 6:30 tomorrow night, correct?
Yep.
All right. Well, there it is right there, folks. Let's all go out there and support our team, our Bay Path. Once again, let's bring it home. Let's get there. Let's get there early, and let's get behind them. Good luck, folks. Your players. Wish you the very best. Good luck to your family, man. That's what you have to do right now. Have a great night. Best of luck.